I'm back. It's game week 9, it's the Premier League prediction show, and the international break is over. Isn't that brilliant? Thanks be to God. Right, well, first of all, it's terrific to be back. Apologies for the many game weeks I've missed. I think maybe 7 game weeks in all. I might have missed. Life has been quite busy for me at the moment, so I have been struggling to fit this part of my life in, really, with energy levels and all the rest of it. Yeah, but hopefully I'm back now for the rest of the season, and I'm good to go and ready to really give you the best predictions I possibly can, and hopefully enjoy the show. And if you like it, subscribe, and obviously hit the like button if you feel like it. So yeah, it's great to be back. So here we go. Everton take on West Ham. Everton need a win. Can't see it happening. They've been on quite a bad run lately, and whereas West Ham have been on a really decent one, doing quite well. And they did well at Goodison Park last season, and I cannot see it being any different this time around. I've gone for a 2-1 victory for West Ham, and this will increase the pressure on Marco Silva, unfortunately for Everton. Very close to the relegation zone at this moment in time. So yeah. Right. Aston Villa take on Brighton. I think Brighton had a win the last time out. Villa have been up and down. They bet Norwich by 5 goals to 1, I think it was. Terrific victory for them. I can see this one ending in stalemate though, and a 1-1 draw. Bournemouth take on Norwich City. I've gone for a 2-0 victory for Bournemouth. Norwich have plenty of injuries, and they're struggling to find a result from anywhere at the moment as well. So 2-0 to Bournemouth. The next two teams that we're going to go to are Chelsea and Newcastle. Both teams that are on a high at the moment, after their victories last time out. Chelsea went to Southampton and managed to get a terrific win there. And Newcastle United bet Manchester United, and dare I say these days they're really two evenly matched teams. Manchester United have an awful lot of injuries though, so that might explain an awful lot of their woes these days. But nevertheless, all credit to Newcastle and Matty Longstaff. Terrific victory for Newcastle, and a wonderful goal from him. So yeah, terrific. But 2-1 victory for Chelsea in this one. I've gone for. Leicester take on Burnley. Leicester were unlucky to be beaten last time out against Liverpool. Played very well again. Very impressive. And Burnley are digging in as ever in the season and doing alright. But I've gone for a 2-0 victory for high-flying Leicester here in this one. For Spurs, where on earth do you start? Last time out, Brighton managed to beat them by 3-0, with Aaron Connolly getting 2 goals. I don't know. Jeepers. They're already out of the title race and they're in a battle to get into the top 4. They need to get their act together. But I reckon they will against the struggling Watford side, who have only picked up a couple of points so far this season. I've gone for a 4-0 victory for Spurs, and therefore I fully expect them to bounce back and bounce back well. And they should do. Or else, of course, the pressure will increase. And the scrutiny will intensify, of course, because they're a big club. My God, they should be doing a lot better than what they're doing at the moment. But there you go. The only way is up. Wolves take on Southampton. What a victory for Wolves the last time out against Manchester City. I reckon they're going to continue their terrific form here against the struggling Southampton side, really. No disrespect to them. I can only go on what I see on a weekly basis. Sorry. So yeah, I've gone for a 1-0 victory for Wolves here. And then in the late game tomorrow evening, Crystal Palace take on Manchester City. I've gone for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City, as I expect them to bounce back and do well, even though a few performances and results haven't been as expected this season so far. But that's the Premier League, and that's why it's so watchable, but you don't know what's going to happen. Manchester United take on Liverpool in the big one on Sunday afternoon. I've gone for a 2-1 victory for Liverpool, who are absolutely flying, and United are 2 points off the relegation zone. As I mentioned earlier, they have plenty of injuries, but my goodness me, they should be doing an awful lot better than what they are. I don't know what's wrong there at the moment, but hopefully it continues for another week anyway, from my point of view. And Liverpool can keep their 8-point lead at the top. So, yeah. But the winning run can't go on forever, can it? But hopefully it stays going for another week. And by the way, I feel sorry for Manchester United. They've been unlucky in many a game since I was last on, giving my predictions. They should have had a clear penalty against Arsenal to go 2-0 up. Didn't happen, and they drew the game 1-1. If the Maguire header went in against Newcastle, it could have been a different story. What else has happened? They've also gone to Southampton and played quite well and drew 1-1. They've played against Wolves. They were the better team, the first half anyway, and they had a penalty and they missed it. That would have been 3 points. And the West Ham performance was quite poor, to be very honest. Don't know what went wrong there. lack of creativity, to be honest, I reckon. But yeah, that was a game that really didn't deserve anything out of. And last time out against Newcastle, to be honest, they really only had the one or two half chances, and Newcastle looked more up for it. So I don't know when United are going to start performing, but hopefully it's not this week, and I wish them all the best for the rest of the season, but they're not going to catch Liverpool at this stage, surely. Right, let's move on. Yes, Sheffield United and Arsenal. I reckon it's going to be a 2-1 victory for the Gunners in this one, and they're just going to have slightly a little bit more class for a really, really good Sheffield United side, who are on the same number of points as Manchester United. So, yeah. You Gunners fans are going to be happy this week. I reckon you're going to edge them out. And you're doing alright this season, Arsenal. Yeah, doing very well. They may put up a challenge to Manchester City and Liverpool. Who knows? It's the early days yet. So, yeah, watch this space. We shall see. And as for VAR and things like that, I don't know what to make of it. Some things it's got correct, and other things I don't know how they've been missed. Certain incidents. A clear goal should have counted for Aston Villa against Crystal Palace to get them a result. Never did. For whatever reason, I don't know. Manchester City should have had a clear penalty against Spurs. United should have had a clear penalty against Arsenal. Never happened. Liverpool should have had another penalty against Newcastle. Didn't see that either. Where are we going? And another standout game, where VAR played a starring role, shall we say, was the Leicester and Spurs match. I don't know. There was goals ruled out there for a matter of inches. I don't know. I'm a little bit in the middle with VAR. I'm really undecided, and I don't know what to make of the thing. And also, decisions are taking a good while to come to at the moment, but like it's gonna take a while to get used to, I'd say. And then a thing I cannot fathom is referees don't use the monitors at the side of the pitches to be able to make a decision fully for themselves when VAR needs to be referred to. I really don't understand it. I reckon decisions will become to an awful lot faster if the referee just goes over to the side monitor, takes a look, makes the decision, and we move on in the story. That'd be the best way forward from my point of view, anyway. And seeing as the decisions are taking too long at the moment for clarity for fans and all the rest of it. Like, I don't know, like, people don't know what's going on in the grounds on a match day, like, and the unrest from fans is understandable, but as long as the correct decision has come through, which I'm not 100% sure it has been in all of our moments so far this season, then happy days if things manage to run a bit smoother. But again, watch this space, and I don't really know what to make of and I'm quite sorry. I talked it up back in August when the Premier League first started using it. But there we go. But errors might iron themselves out yet. You never know. And it looks like there's referees up in the VAR box are afraid to overrule the on-field referee. And that's it, really, you know. Can't really say too much more about it. And by the way, to be honest, I'm not sure was the Liverpool penalty against Leicester a penalty either. And that kind of sums the whole thing up. There was contact on Mane, but there was a step taken afterwards, and then the fall to the floor happened. So, I don't know. It could have been for the previous phase of play the penalty was given. Maybe that would explain that. So yeah, right. That's it. So I'll give you my fantasy Premier League predictions now. I have Matty Ryan in goal. Andy Robertson, Kyle Walker, Alexander Arnold, and Lundstrom at the back. He's been doing quite well lately for Sheffield United. Sissoko, Mount, and Maddison and De Bruyne make up in midfield, and then I have Callum Wilson and Aguero up front. And Super 6 is all Premier League games this weekend. You've heard my predictions for them matches already, so yep. Hope you enjoyed the show, folks. It's great to be back. Happy prediction, and don't forget to subscribe. All the best from Shane. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. It's great to be back.